You make of his comments.
Incredibly disappointing, I have to say, very disappointing. And I think it will make life much more difficult for the hundreds and thousands of women who do a very effective job of managing their work and family responsibilities.
And you talk to women every day. What are they saying to you about what they're facing in the workplace if they're pregnant or thinking of taking maternity leave?
Since the economic downturn began, things have become much more difficult for pregnant women and new mothers at work. We answer 2,500 calls each year from women who are struggling with problems at work, unfair treatment, unlawful treatment from their employers. It is against the law to discriminate against pregnant women and new mothers, but it's very widespread.
Lots and lots of comments coming in from our viewers. Peter Field on Facebook says, it is politically incorrect, but Nigel Farage has a point. He isn't saying they're less equal, he's saying they're worth less after a 2 or 3 year break in an industry that has a client base that is useful to other industries. Does Peter have a point?
I think this is a very old-fashioned notion. I think when women return from maternity leave, it may take them a few hours, a few days, even a few weeks to get back up to speed. But the question is, are they working effectively?
Have gone, though?
It happens, and of course people change jobs all the time too. I think we're paying far too much attention to a very minor question.
OK, this from Keith Gilpin, also on Facebook, says, of course it's true. Equally, if a man was off work for 3 years due to illness, he wouldn't be as effective as when he left. Does he have a point?
I don't think so, no. I think realistically what we're talking about is, are people doing their job effectively, and that's a whole mix of factors. And they're not necessarily based on having been in the workplace directly. The vast majority of jobs are not about who your contacts are, they're about your skills and your competence to do the job.
Lots of people supporting you as well. This is from Alison Wilkinson again on Facebook, saying women are equal to the men, and sooner the older generation get this, the better for the country. I'm so tired of them putting us women down. What needs to change, do you think? Do you think the structure is wrong because it's all about maternity leave and not paternity leave? Men have a responsibility as well, don't they?
It would be great to see more fathers taking leave. They are entitled to do so. There is the capacity to share leave in the first year. But I think more than that, we need to see some very active work by government to challenge pregnancy discrimination, which is increasingly being seen as acceptable business practice. Right now, it costs £1,200 to take your employer to the tribunal for a pregnancy discrimination claim, and for most women that makes it simply impossible to exercise their rights.
Okay.